Hello students. Today we are going to discuss marrying and house forming process. Now, so what is exactly the marrying and house forming process? See here we are going to discuss how the martensite and house tempering, that is austenite process, and with the help of house forming process. See, this is a different process. First of all, let me discuss what is house forming process. Here, the main point we must know is osforming. It is also known as a high temperature thermomechanical treatment. It is like a heat treatment. This method is especially used to increase the hardness. The main purpose of this osforming process, which is used for the heat treatment and which is used to provide a new material and which is going to induce a new properties in the material. The main property that are induced is hardness, that is increase the hardness and toughness of an alloy. So this is the main purpose why we are going for os forming. And the other process is that is by simultaneous tempering process. That means we have to do the tempering process also simultaneously to get all these process, and after that rapid cooling. So these are the steps that we have to do in os forming to increase the hardness and to increase the toughness here. So by simultaneous tempering and by rapid cooling and deforming and quenching. Here, why we are doing this deforming and quenching here? To change its shape and refine the microstructure. So these are the requirements we are going to do in os forming process. The main purpose is os forming. That is why we are going for os forming, to get the same material by increasing in the hardness and toughness. So these are the two main properties that we are going to induce in the material by doing the simultaneous tempering, by rapid cooling, by deforming and quenching, to change its shape and refine the microstructure. That means to modify the microstructure. And here, what is the result here? So after doing all these process, that means rapid cooling or whatever the process that we are doing, the main result is here the os forming. So that means after hardening or whatever the tempering process that we are doing here, after this os forming process is completed for a particular material that may be done on the material, the main result is higher yielding. We will get the higher yield and the tensile strength as compared to the conventionally tempered martensite steel. So that means if you got the martensite steel with the help of any other process, that means the normal conventional process, but this martensite is different from the previous martensite which is we got from the conventional martensite. So that means us forming martensite, whatever the process that we are following here, with the help of this, whatever the martensite that we are going to get, it is a different martensite, and in which ductility and toughness is definitely going to be affected. So that is the main result that we are going to get. And what is the process here? What is the main steps that we are following in our tempering? Here, first of all, you have to take the steel and heat that steel until you get the austenitic region. Let me clarify one particular point here. Whatever the steel material or whatever the material that you are going to take here, that we are applying heat treatment process, so that process or that material we must heat until it reaches its austenitic region. If it reaches its austenitic region, automatically we can say that that will reach its particular material, that is a modification, it is ready for modification. And it not reaches its austenitic region, we cannot do anything. We cannot modify its martensitic structure or whatever its structure, whatever the microstructural changes it have. So that means the particular material must reach its austenitic region, then only we can do some modifications. After that, after it reaches its austenitic region, in us forming process, here we have to go for rapid cooling. that is slightly below the nose of TTT curve. So anyway, I am going to show the TTT curve, that is a time temperature transformation curve. So in this, first of all, after it reaches its austenitic region, that means heating is completed, then you have to adapt the rapid cooling. That means the sudden cooling is applied, which has to be, that means the temperature has to be done at, or decrease slightly below the nose of TTT curve. And after that, finally dispersed. That means by doing this process, you will get the finely dispersed, that means distributed austenite is formed. So if you follow these process, that means these steps, automatically whatever the material properties that we want, that means increased hardness and toughness, we will get in the material. Here you can observe, this is the TTT diagram, that is the temperature versus time, and this is the transformation. You are observing three lines here. One is the transformation beginning line, the middle line shows that after 50% transformation, and the end line, this is transformation end line, and this left extreme position is represented as a nose point. Here here what we have said, here we have said that rapidly cooling slightly below the nose of TTT curve. Below the nose of TTT curve means just below, like this. So this is the region where the below the nose of, this is the nose of TTT curve. So this is the region at which below the nose of TTT curve. So here we have to cool until it reaches to below the nose of TTT curve and heating up to the austenitic region. Here this is the austenitic region. You can see this is the red line, this is the red dotted line. So which shows that this is the critical line here. So you have to heat the material until it reaches above this line. So that means it reaches to its austenitic region. After that, you have to cool until it reaches this one. That means below the nose region. And you can see this image shows, this is another image which is also represents the time temperature transformation, and which represents the ash forming process. Here this is the x-axis, which shows the time representation, log scale here, and this is the martensite starting temperature. And from this particular line, you can observe, from this particular line, the ash forming, the austenitic forming will start, and whatever the austenite that you are going to get, that austenite will have our induced properties. Whatever the required properties that we want, we will get those induced properties by doing these steps. That means heating until it reaches austenitic region. This is the austenitic region here. And after that, rapid cooling, we have to go for rapid cooling and quenching. That means which is represented as a quenching until that is below the nose point. Here this is called as a below the nose point. This is another representation of TTT curve, which shows the ash forming process. And the next process that is in the TTT curve that we can explain here, that is Mahrezing process. So what is this process here? What is this particular heat treatment, and what is the result of this particular process? Here the Mahrezing steels are steels that are known for possessing superior strength and toughness without losing its ductility. Here, in general process, if you take the conventional step, that means we will get the martensite, but ductility, we can't get ductility by doing the conventional process. So, but here by doing this Mahrezing process, by doing these steps, by following the steps, whatever the steps that we are going to explain here, here the ductility is not going to lose. That is the main advantage of this particular steels, that is of this particular Mahrezing steels. So this Mahrezing steels means we are going to get these steels with the help of this Mahrezing process here. And we are going to do the aging process. Aging means it is related to the time. So that means it refers to the extended heat treatment process. Whatever the heat treatment process, the same heat treatment process that we are going to do, but with the help of some extension. That means the time is going to be extended. We are going to keep the material for a longer period of time. So here the time plays a vital role in giving the property that we require. So that means we are saying that we are going to lose, we are not going to lose the ductile property of a material. So that can be done with the help of this aging process. So that is the main process that we are going to follow in this maraging steel. So what is the exactly the maraging steel here? What is the composition and what is the main property of this maraging steels? See, these steels are a special class of low carbon, ultra high strength steels. Here, low carbon. So that means the carbon percentage is somewhat less when compared to the other steels we are going to get with conventional martensitic process. Here, low carbon. If it is having low carbon, automatically we can say that the ductile nature is more, and ultra high strength. The strength wise, we are not going to do anything. The strength increases. The strength is not going to decrease, but strength wise, that means here, even though the strength is more, the ductile nature it is not going to lose, and the derive their strength not from the carbon. That is the main advantage of this process, but from precipitation of the intermetallic compounds. So that means we are going to get the strength not from the carbon. Here you have to understand this particular point here. In general, we will get the strength with the help of carbon. So that means by increasing the percentage of the carbon, we will get the strength of the material. So that means steel is going to convert as a cast iron, or if the carbon percentage increase in the steel, automatically we can say that the strength increases. But here we are not going to get the strength from the carbon, but from the precipitation of the intermetallic compounds. That is the main advantage of this maraging process here. And what are the steps that we are going to follow in this heat treatment process? Here, the first step, that is the basic processing sequence of that is consists of first, observe the first step here, that is called as a matrix homogenization. So that means conditioning step. This is also represented as a conditioning step. That means homogenization. Homogenization means keeping the material in particular the temperature, and we have to remain the material at the temperature for a particular period of time. That is represented as a matrix homogenization. If you do this matrix homogenization, the second step can be done automatically. That means nucleation and growth of the vessel phases. That means this is also represented as a accumulation. That means nucleation of the grains will start and growth of the grains will start, and this particular stage is represented as nucleation and growth of the vessel phases. And the third step is the vessel dissolution. It is also represented as a dissolution step. It can be represented as a partial vessel dissolution. After the accumulation of the nucleation, after the growth of the vessel phases, the partial, this is the dissolution, this is called as a dissolution step. So these are the three steps that we are following in the maraging process steps. So how this particular steel is going to be made? Here, after following these steps, the first step, whatever the homogenization, with the help of these steps, the steel is produced by, first of all, the first step that we are saying that here, the first step is heating the steel. First of all, you have to take the material and heat that steel in the austenitic phase region. Here we have already known that any steel or any material, if you want to change the microstructure or if you want to change the material properties, you have to heat until it reaches the austenitic region. Here, heat that steel until it reaches above 850 degrees centigrade. Here, the temperature plays a vital role. Here, heat the steel until it reaches above 850 degree centigrade, and which is represented as austenizing. So that means the material is going to convert as the austenitic region, and that can be done or that can be represented as austenizing. And after this austenizing is completed, you have to follow the cooling step, which is represented as a slow cooling. And here slow cooling is adopted here, that is in air, to form a martensitic microstructure. Here in a conventional process, suppose if you take any conventional process, in that conventional process the martensitic is going to be formed with sudden cooling. But here, to avoid the distortion of martensitic microstructure, we are adopting slow cooling. So that means we will get the martensitic, but we will get the distortion structure, but by avoiding high damaged microstructure, we are going to get the same martensite but with ductile in nature. That is the main advantage. That means the ductile nature is induced, forcibly induced by adopting this slow cooling process in the same martensite. That is the main advantage of this maraging steel here. See here, this is the martensite structure. This is the martensite starting temperature, and this is the martensite ending temperature. This is the martensite 50% transformation. That is the line, but we will get the same martensite, but the main difference is here, whatever the steps that we are following here, with the help of these steps we will get the same martensite but without having any deformed process. That means the same martensite with induced ductility. That means without losing ductility we will get the same martensite. Here the characteristics, what are the characteristics here? The characteristics, the general characteristics are the 18% nickel and cobalt strengthed steel here, and excellent properties and workability is improves in this particular steel, and with the help of this heat treatment characteristics. See these, if you have a doubt, that is these maraging steels are good, that means we are saying that the ductility is not going to be loose, the ductility is not going to be lost. So then we have doubt that is this particular marriage steels are good. Yes. So due to this low carbon content, marriage steels have good machinability. So this is the main advantage of these steels. And prior to the aging, they may also be cold rolled. So that means before aging is done, so this is under process of cold rolled as much as 90% without cracking. So this is the main advantage of this steel, and this steel offers good weldability. This is another advantage, but you have to do the aging process after restore the original properties. So that is the process we are following in maraging steels. See, this is the main process with which we can have lot of advantage. So that's why we are following the maraging steels when compared to the conventional process. So this is all about the maraging and os forming process with which we are going to get austenite and martensite. So this is all about martensitic formation and austenite formation with the help of this maraging and os forming process, which is not the conventional process. So this is all about all this process. So in the next coming session, we will discuss some more topics in material technology. I hope you have understood. So thank you one and all.